All right, good evening, everybody. For those of you out in southern parts of North Dakota, I hope you're enjoying the snow that you're getting because finally somebody else is getting it other than where I'm living. At least for now, anyway. It's still going to be coming for us. But anyway, we're going to take a look at what's currently going on out there. What the plan is, we're going to run through everything real quick and just kind of give you the general lowdown, where the snow is expected to be, accumulations, all that kind of fun stuff. We're going to try and do that in the first 5 to 8 minutes. And then afterwards, we're going to kind of come back around and get a little more in depth. So for those of you who want to just get kind of the quick and dirty of it, that's what we're going to start off by doing, is just go through this fairly quickly and then come back around and just get a little more specific and get a little more in depth on it. So right now, here's where we're taking a look at the current radar, and we've got area moderate snow down in the southern parts of North Dakota. So once you get into that, to Strasburg and Fort Yates, Zeeland, Ashley, right down in through here. Looks like they're picking up some moderate snow right now. Models are kind of predicting this to meander to the east northeast. You also have another little band down here that's trying to move to the northeast as well. So I would think for those of you like in the Wishick, Edgeley, Ellendale, Lemoore, Gwinner area, I would expect this area of moderate to snow to kind of move in there. And then you've got this other batch back here. So those of you in the Solon and Fort Yates and Linton and Strasburg, possibly up in Napoleon, a little bit of, some moderate snow possible there as well, as that continues to move off to the east and a little bit to the north as well. This is going to be kind of the trend here as the evening goes along. Most of the snow just kind of remaining in the south. Here is a look at our current conditions. Mainly down in the south right now. Linton has about 1 3/4 mile visibility due to that light snow. Currently 3 degrees. Bismarck's got about 1 mile in snow. Nobody else really registering other than Valley City has got a little bit of light snow in there, but it looks like most of the moderate stuff is kind of right in between everything. I kind of did say it was kind of more down in that Strasburg, Ashley area, right along the North Dakota, South Dakota border. And we don't have any observations down there, but I do think definitely looks like they're probably picking up some moderate snow. And we do have some winds out of the northeast, 20 to 25 miles per hour. So along with that, we're going to be seeing some blowing snow with that as well. Here is a little condition out of Thompson, or just south of Thompson earlier today. This was as of right around 8 p.m. The road was actually closed. This is southbound Interstate 29 at mile marker 125. This truck, I guess, had rolled over. There were pigs in it. So at this point in the night, they were clearing this, but one lane was down to one lane due to this truck basically going off the road. So a little bit of interesting something happening there earlier tonight. Looks like it still does show a little bit of an incident report out there because of that. I don't know if that's how current that is anymore. Still says down, should be aware of one lane closure. So maybe they're still working on that. That's entirely possible. But as for the rest of North Dakota, we've got some scattered snowdrifts across much of the area, especially in those areas that have picked up some snow. We did have some snow in through the central and southwestern parts of the state as well. And then obviously these areas down in the south are also, the road conditions are starting to deteriorate a little bit. So they're starting to show snow on the roadways. And then, of course, us good in the northeast had plenty of blowing snow today once again, and blizzard-type conditions. So we still have some scattered snow up in this region as well. Some green starting to show up, so that's a good sign. As for Minnesota, not a lot going on there. A little bit of snow here and there along 94 between Fergus and Alexandria. But otherwise, generally, everybody's pretty good. We're going to jump over now quick to the forecast and just kind of show you how we're going to be hit a couple times here. So here is this evening, and the snow basically, as I said, kind of moving to the east in a little bit northerly direction. That snow does kind of taper off a bit as we get into the afternoon hours, Monday afternoon. You can see it kind of dissipates a little bit more in the south central, southwestern part of the state, somewhat down in the southeast. The snow does kind of carry north and starts to affect portions of the north central and northeastern North Dakota. And then we still have some light to possibly moderate in through central parts of Minnesota. And this is as of the 3 p.m. time frame, so you can see how that kind of dries up a little bit. I mean, there's still going to be some light snow, but it's not going to be as quite as heavy as like early this morning. We do get another little shot, however, down in the southeast and through central parts of Minnesota overnight, Monday night in through Tuesday. And so those of you that I got picked up that are going to pick up plenty of snow down in the southeast, so those of you down in kind of Gwinner and Wahpeton area, you're going to get another shot Monday night into Tuesday morning as this final little energy of system ejects on out of there. And then by, looks like late Tuesday into Tuesday night, most of the snow is out of there and this high pressure settles in and we start to get those cold temperatures on the backside of this. Here's another look at a model that came in tonight. And this is just kind of shows you what the possible reflectivity, radar reflectivity would look like. And here you can see as that area kind of moves off down in the southeast and through central parts of Minnesota through the day on Monday morning. Quiets down. I would still expect some snow to be still lingering. So even though this doesn't show it, I definitely would think there's going to be some snow down there still into the afternoon hours, along with some blowing and gusting, blowing snow. As we get into the evening hours, Monday night into Tuesday, that snow does kind of pick up a little bit, although this model doesn't quite show it quite as intense as the previous one does. And then it picks up a little more down in the southern parts of Minnesota, and once again through Duluth and up in through the Arrowhead region on Tuesday afternoon. As for accumulation wise, the first model I was kind of showing you here, you can see, or this last model, I should say, just a couple of things to note. South of 94 is where most of this is going to happen. Between south of 94 and along the South Dakota border, and so we're looking at anywhere from we'll say 6 to 9 inches, kind of within this area here, including down here. If I could draw, that'd be great. And then as you kind of get down to the further south and east, we're going to be looking closer to the 7 to 12 range down in the far southeastern areas. I would think. Some of these areas, as we get closer to this 94, the tough part, that's where the tougher part's going to be, as far as figuring out exactly how much snow is going to be falling, kind of between that I-94 and US 2 range. That's where the greatest variability could be, just because I think there's the possibility that enough dry air is going to drop to the south and really kind of keep more of that snow to the south, so there might be a very sharp cutoff. And so that area that I've got highlighted in there, a lot of uncertainty right now. You're looking in the probably 2 to 4, 2 to 5 range, just depending on where exactly you are in the within this oval here. But there might be a very sharp difference within that as well. These areas from as you look through Alexandria and up through Little Falls, Onamia, Brainerd, Moose Lake, McGregor, Duluth. You guys, because you're kind of getting 2 different shots in there, you could be picking up over 13 inches of snow by the time this is all said and done through the day on Tuesday. As we look at, here's the other model that I was showing you earlier, about the same area, a lot more snow. You can see the variability of more snow to the north as well. So you can kind of see the difference here between the two and just the sharp gradient. So a lot of uncertainty north of 94. Gust-wise, not horrible, but still between the snow that's expected to fall, especially down in the southeast, definitely expecting pretty bad road conditions south of 94 and probably more so east of Bismarck within that area Monday into Monday night. And then as we get into later Monday night into Tuesday, more of that southeastern time, more of those southeastern counties is probably where more of the problems are going to wind up being, between the higher winds and then also the possibility of additional snowfall. So I would expect Monday night into Tuesday morning, those are going to be more your problem areas. As we get into Wednesday or Tuesday night into through the Wednesday, those winds do die off, and all we have left is some pretty cold temperatures after that. So we're looking at wind chills minus 20 to minus 40 below over the next few mornings. Finally, it looks like once you get into that Thursday, Friday time frame, things do try to warm up a little bit, but the next number of mornings, there are wind chill warnings out, I believe, until Wednesday morning right now, and then very likely could be extended into Thursday morning. As you can see here, we're still looking at wind chill possibilities minus 25 to minus 40 below. So there you have it. There's the quick version, the quick 10-minute version, I guess, of it. And just to show that everything's kind of moved to the north. And those of you down in the southern parts of the state who really haven't had snow, looks like your winter is here finally, especially down in once you get down to that Linton and Fort Yates and Bismarck and Bowman area. You're finally picking up some snow. All right, so we're gonna slow it down now a little bit and just take things a little more step by step. We really don't need to worry about those things anymore. Just take a look at the current conditions as far as the cameras go. If anybody's traveling out there, here's near Wishick, out near my hometown. Live just west of Wishick, a few miles, kind of right in between Wishick and Napoleon and Linton, about as right in the middle of those three towns as you get. But anyway, here you can see with that snow that is falling, reducing some of the visibilities at that time. I don't really have anything much further south other than I think this is Ashley, and it's really hard to see. Unfortunately, it's not a great camera for the nighttime. This is New Leipzig. Snow kind of blowing around there. I know some of these cameras further north looked a little worse earlier tonight, but it's just getting hard to tell. So anyway, it looked like some scattered snowdrifts are starting to develop, and as expected, as you would think would happen here. Basically, what we have going on now, we have this double-barreled type of system coming. So here's our first wave, our upper level rotating little map, and this is what helps kick off some of the precip. Here we have one wave, one little trough here that's moving our direction, and that's what's currently setting off our snow down in the south and southern parts of the state right now. Once that moves through, and as I said, down, some of that snow kind of shuts down later in the day on Monday. And then we've got our next little system that starts to eject out of Rockies and starts to move to the northeast. And this is as of that Tuesday or Monday night, Tuesday morning time frame. And here's where that second shot begins to happen down in southeast and in through central parts of Minnesota. So there's a correlation. There's what's going on the upper levels. As we take a look at it from the surface, this is again kind of, now we're already, well, let's back up. This is Monday into the afternoon hours, kind of dissipates, move to the north, and then additional snow kind of reforms and pushes back into the southeast and in through central parts of Minnesota, in through Duluth and the Arrowhead region. And finally, that high pressure works in Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and that's when that, really cold air kind of starts to really settle in. Jump over to the wind gusts, what we're really expecting here. Really not expecting, we're not looking at wind gusts of over 40 per se, but, or not a lot anyway, but I would definitely think that we're looking at, wind gusts of 25 to 30. And when you got over 10 inches of fresh snow out there, roads are really going to be bad. It doesn't take much. So those of you down in the southeast, it's not really looking good between the snow and the wind, and then also, for the remainder of you guys, mostly once you get Jamestown, Valley City, Ellendale, Edgeley, Ashley, Wishick, Steele, Dawson, Bismarck. Um, Most of you, I think by um, Monday afternoon, a good portion of this will be sort of by, other than some just light lingering snow. A little bit sooner for you guys down in the southwestern parts of the state, and then down in through here. Well, let me draw that a little better. Down and through here is where they get really that second shot and where the snow really starts to accumulate essentially. If we do back up to um, this map and just take a look at this over time. So we're going to take a little bit for this to load up, but just to see how there's a bit of a pause in some areas and then it just continues to pour on, unfortunately. As we look into this is by 6 a.m. time frame for Monday morning. And I think this model is kind of overdoing it, but there's just I'm showing this one for now just because it goes out further than the other one. And you're looking at over, possibly over 9 inches of snow down in the south. This is as of 3 p.m. on Monday, and then it kind of slows up a little bit. But here you're starting to see this next node that develops through central parts of South Dakota. And that's the next feeder into that southeastern portion and in through the central portions of Minnesota. So here you can see this area starts to develop and then all of a sudden picks up another additional few inches down on the southeast. So uh, this model's way overdoing it when it's showing 20 inches of snow. I really think I I think it's going to be closer to what this one is showing, which is possibly 13 inches, which is still plenty. um, so I mean, either way, those of you down there are not looking real good. But I mean, even the rest of you, I mean, we're still talking anywhere from 5 to 10 inches of snow south of 94. So, and most of that's going to fall tonight into tomorrow. Wind gusts, I showed that. Wind chills, we'll just take a little closer look at that. Here is Tuesday morning. Wind chills of -30 to -40 possible. A little bit warmer actually in the northeast. I think just because um, looks like I would suspect just because they don't have as much wind to deal with up there. Then once you get into Wednesday morning, once again, -20 southwest to possibly -40 up in the northern parts of the Red River Valley. And then it seems to moderate a little bit once you get into the Arrowhead, probably because of the lack of winds. And then Thursday morning, one more frigid morning, -20s, -40, -20s. And then it tries to warm up a little bit after that. As we take a look at the extended model beyond Thursday, here we get into, or Thursday morning, here we get into Thursday afternoon, and then temperatures actually moderate somewhat. Um, they do, I mean, we're going to remain clear, so we're going to cool off again once again overnight Friday morning, but then we try to warm up again. So we're expecting temperatures to at least get above zero in most areas to 20 degrees down in the southwest by Friday. We still have plenty of snow out there and probably some clear skies. What they do, temperatures are going to drop again Friday night or into Saturday morning, especially in Minnesota. But then, after that, after Saturday, other than a little bit of a colder morning, possibly Sunday morning, um, things really kind of moderate out for a while. We have a little more milder temperatures, maybe a little shot again on Wednesday and possibly lasting into Thursday. But other than that, um, the models right now aren't showing much as far as real cold weather beyond this week. So hopefully that will continue. Hopefully that won't change. But right now, that's the preliminary look towards the extended forecast. And then as we look at any kind of possibility of precip beyond Thursday, like I said, that high pressure just kind of sits and sits and sits. And then finally, things start to warm up over the weekend once that moves out. But we really don't have any good chances of snow. Maybe Monday, maybe. Could be our next little system. But really, after that, now we're getting into the next week, Saturday. And to really rely on this is, I mean, we might as well not even look. So at this point, we'll stop paying attention as to whether it's going to snow or not because it's just too far out there. So, all right, there you have it. There is the quick version and a little bit more specific version there. Again, if anybody would ever have any questions, please let me know. Appreciate everybody tuning in and liking and sharing and subscribing. Please continue to do so. I will continue to work on this and get this timing down and get this get my cadence down and just make this just a more solid thing as we continue to move along. But yeah, I'm just trying to take a look at a couple other things. Back to the radar. Yeah, there's that moderate snow. Zealand, Ashley, Venturia. I would expect you guys probably got some pretty bad visibilities right now. And that's going to continue to move kind of to the east and northeast. So Ellendale, Edgeley, Fullerton, your guys' visibilities are about to drop. And here's this next little batch back in here. Southwest of Selfridge, actually, this has kind of increased a little bit here now over the last few minutes. So take a look at how this is tracking. Kind of to the northeast. So Selfridge, 48, eventually Strasburg, Linton, possibly Hague. If this continues to hold on, I would expect you guys are probably going to see a pretty good drop in visibilities as well here over the next half hour to an hour. So, yeah, all right. Nobody's got any questions, and that's the look here. Stay safe. We might take a look tomorrow night. We'll see how things are going. But make sure you bundle up. Make sure you check road conditions. I would expect there's going to be no travel advised in a lot of areas, possibly even some road closures. So do keep up on all that stuff.